Hi, this is a quick tutorial on the Start Here menu. If you notice, we ask you to create a Start Here item in your course. And so what I've done is provided you instructions already about how to do that. And basically all you're really doing is uploading a file that will populate an entire content area in your course. And by doing it this way, it saves you the trouble of having to create all this. You can just use a lot of what we've already created for you. You can use our words in many cases, and it also guides you through various items that you will want to put in there or change some things. So what I'm just going to do briefly is show you a little bit that is included in that Start Here. When you actually upload the file we provide in our certification course into your course, it will put it right into your Start Here menu item. So you don't have to move anything, it'll automatically put it here. And it won't remove anything you already have in there. So let's say you already have two items in there. Those items will stay. It doesn't copy over anything. Okay, so you can put this in and then decide what you want to get rid of. So this is what it looks like. Okay, it's called Getting Started in Your Online Course. If you do this, as you remember from reading the module, the third module, this meets many of the requirements, quality matters, the standards, I should say, rather than requirements. Okay, so let's take a look at this Start Here menu item so I can kind of give you a little overview of what's in here. So if you notice, we have brackets around some things. All right, you have to, this is what you will want to change this. So this is titled About Instructor, and then you could put your name in here if you wanted, and you would do that by editing. Okay, you can edit anything in here. It'll show up in your course exactly like this. And then here I give you some tips. Here you want to begin, you want to again welcome your students. And then I kind of provide some things you might say about yourself. Okay, without getting, overly personal. You might answer the following questions when developing this section. So this is the template. You can keep this item here and then just answer some questions to add to this content area. And then when you're finished, it'll be about you. Okay, let's go to the next page. The next page is about the course. Now some of this stuff you might find in your syllabus. But you can also put it here again because it's contained. It's an online course and your student doesn't have to go looking around for it. So you might copy the purpose from your syllabus and put in here as well. You might any prereqs. Okay. Um, and again, read this stuff carefully because in many cases I have notes to you. For example, this is something I might actually write to my students. In this course, we progress through a series of, and you might write the number of units. So for example, in one of my course, there are 8 units. So there are a series of 8 units. Okay, and I would tell them where it's located in the online course. And then your textbook, I give you some little notes here and some tips. Okay, I provide here something you can use word for word. You can keep this. You don't have to do anything to it if you put this in your course. It's already here. This link is active. It'll actually take students to the bookstore. So that helps them if they use the bookstore. It talks about course sequencing. How do we move through the course? Types of activities, etc. This is a list of activities. I just provide any possible activity that might occur in the course. Okay, and so on. And so let's look at item number 3, which is communication. You remember from our course, we talked a little bit about this. Now remember, our course, the Faculty Online Certification course, is not set up exactly like this with this Start Here menu because the certification course is slightly different. And we may implement this for the next offering. So here I tell you what to post, or an example of what to post. I don't tell you what to post. I provide some suggestions. You can use them or not. It just makes it easy because I have 10 different things here, and if you use a lot of what's here and just modify it to meet your needs, that's one less thing you have to create. It's kind of like, why should you have to create the wheel? We've already done it for you in many ways. Um, and then we have some other information here for students that you can use or not. Let's see, it's with the next item is testing procedures. Here I describe a little bit about the tests and how they take them in one of my courses. So I provide this. You might just provide a bulleted list that kind of gives them an overview. The neat thing about doing this in a learning unit like this is that they can always go to the contents. They say, oh, I remember there was something about testing somewhere. Where was that? And when they go to the contents, right, they can see testing procedures. There it is. And they click right on it, and there it is. Easy for them. Um, Assignment submission procedures. I go over how to submit an assignment. And if there are, many different assignments, and I may say that here as well. This is being a successful student. This is a good bit of reading for your students, but it's short and to the point. And we look at 4 different items for being a successful student. Sorry, and so I'll outline those things here. You can use them or not. Um, I basically provide this so that they can take a look at themselves and if they feel like they're lacking or limited on one item, then maybe they'll need to pay more attention to that. And I do too as an instructor to make sure I can meet their needs. Student expectations, time management, and Netiquette. Netiquette's kind of neat. There's a link here for you. You can check this out. It's a good site. It talks about how do you communicate in the online environment. This might be different for your courses. You may have different preferences. Technology requirements. You can scroll through here and see that we've provided some basic things they need to um, be in this online course. I have a link. This is active to the FSU Blackboard support site. I have a phone number here. They don't have to go looking for it. And I have down here that they might need Acrobat, Reader, and Flash Player. So these links are active to the free downloads. So they can go there and download it. I give them a little recommendation about where to put it. It's up to them. See what the next item is, course navigation. This describes all the menu items over here. Now this does not match this course, okay, because this doesn't really go with this. This is a sample. You would modify this to meet your needs. Here is student support resources. This is in an online course, it's really important that you don't see them face to face to help them know where to go to get support. So here we have a whole list of technical support items, academic support items, and student support items. And you can see all these links are active. And these are brief annotations about what is in each link. This, when you copy this to your course, it will be active, meaning the student clicks on it, goes and can go to these places. Okay. And again, you can see the different services we've put in here for you, for your students actually, and then you can just use it. Then you don't have to worry about doing it on your own. And then finally, the last page we have here this is just called last item. What I would do here, this is what I call placeholder, just to prompt you. This is that after the student finishes with this getting started or start here, you want to tell them where to go next. You don't want to leave them hanging out there, not knowing what they should do. So when you get to this, you create whatever you decide to do. You may create a scavenger hunt. You might create some additional orientation items. Okay. You may create an item called orientation. It's kind of up to you. You may create, an activity for them to engage in. You always want to let them know what to do next. Okay. Especially when they're just brand new into the course. So that's about it for the overview of the Start Here menu. I encourage you to use what we've provided for you. If you have any problems getting it into your course and you really want to use it, give me a call and I'll try to walk you through it and get you set up so that you can use it in your course. I think that's about it for this. I'm Cindy and I hope this helps.